Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 16 of the 31 Days of Horror. D Bougie 86 back up in this. That is right, peeps. Today I got a film for you guys again from 1989. That's not planned at all. That's just the way that they come up and what I feel like watching today. But another first time watch for me, and this is Rush Week. Released by the good peeps at Vinegar Syndrome, put this out. Was always intrigued by this one, and it's a late '80s slasher that I never seen before, uh, and I actually never heard about before until it was announced. So that's always cool. Uh, it's one that kind of slipped by me. Well, I was 3 when this movie came out, so let's be fair, you know. And I never remember seeing this in the video store at all back in the day. But it's whatever. I got to watch it on a great quality print, so I can't complain. Pretty much the main thing about Rush Week, it's a college slasher. It takes place during Rush Week per se, as the title suggests. But pretty much the major setup of it, we're introduced to our main character Tony, who's like a news reporter, and she's trying to get on the trail of like these disappearances of these women that kind of coincides with other disappearances from the year previous Rush Week. So that's a cool aspect to the movie that I wasn't expecting. It's kind of more of like a mystery who done it mixed with a slasher in that sense. It kind of goes back to basics, this one, which I kind of dig. Uh, that's pretty much the setup. Plus, you get introduced to like Tony's boyfriend's frat house. They're doing initiations during Rush Week. That type of deal is going on there. Uh, while the murders are also happening, I kind of like that these murders are triggered by something that usually we see in like other movies too. Like this kind of has like this kind of like uh, social commentary to the movie that I wasn't expecting. Like taking pictures for money and that stuff kind of aspect of it, which I was kind of interested in. I didn't really know anything about this movie going into it. Uh, I actually like the story of this one a lot. It's very interesting for the time period because usually when you have other kind of like they kind of went away with the, there's still a who done it aspect to them, but it's kind of not like more investigative like this one is. This kind of has like a giallo feel with like the investigation part of it, which I kind of dug. I dug that aspect of it a lot. It had like a more of a crime thriller esque feel to like Tony's investigation, trying to figure out what happened to these girls, and her going like kind of undercover in like this seedy underground business that's going down at the school, which also is kind of like the just. It's not even really a spoiler. Well, I'm not going to spoil who the killer is, but that's kind of the killer's motif too of why he's killing. They're killing. It's kind of like it's this sex operation kind of deal going around, and it's a cool aspect to it too that I wasn't expecting from this movie. This movie's cheesy as all fuck. It's very 80s. There's actually uh, this crazy like party that's going around with one of the main girls on stage singing and cheesiness, and there's like this weird back room where you could either pay to watch a prostitute have sex or have sex with a prostitute for a little bit more. Very odd in that aspect of the movie. It's like $10 to watch, I guess, and that kind of leads into some weird like prank thing that the guys do on the prostitute. Or I'm not even sure if she was really a prostitute, but they all knew her, so that's why I'm figuring out that maybe she was. But they play like this mean prank on her, and then and then it proceeds from there. Uh, yeah, and weirdest thing ever watching this movie. I did not expect Greg Allman from the Allman Brothers to be in this fucking thing. That was just odd. His character was like this weird hippie named Cosmo like had some like background information, and it was weird. It was a weird cameo by somebody that I did not expect to be in like a horror movie at all in this one. That was kind of funny. But probably my major nitpick of this one is uh the kills themselves. They're very lackluster. There's no like gore per se in the movie till the climax, which saved this movie for me in that aspect alone. Because I was like, the only thing that's there's not a lot of fucking close-ups of kills, but it's not really about that. You have like the aspects of like what's going on within the film. It would have been very exploited if they did show like some of the kills, and they're very repetitive kills too, because it uses like that battle axe for all the kills. So it's like swing, cutaway, next scene. In that sense, that's the way how the kills work. They don't actually show any aftermaths, or you don't even see any bodies. This guy's hiding these bodies plain as day. But yeah, Rush Week. Yeah, that's page of my major nitpick. The lack of gore is that say, but it's that during that time period where a lot of these movies were getting cut to shit anyways. And I'll take that last scene involved in the killer over multiple kills either way. As long as you give me something in the movie, that I'll be happy, And that was great. That was the best part of the movie for me. I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, it's a fun flick, Like once you see a slasher here and there, you know the formula, But I dug it for what it was. I had fun with it. I didn't hate my time with it. So yeah, Rush Week, I would recommend it if you haven't seen it. All right, guys, that's it for day 16. This is crazy. But I'll be back tomorrow as usual with another one, so I'll see you then. Peace out.